Welcome to day 4, tips for a healthy pelvic floor. I hope you got a chance to watch the 2 videos I suggested yesterday. Isn't it cool to see how many muscles are involved in our pelvic floor? I also mentioned that the pelvic floor doesn't work in isolation in the body. So I'm going to talk about one of its teammates, the diaphragm. The diaphragm is one of the breathing muscles, one that's dome-shaped, and it expands the entire rib base, and it separates the contents of the abdomen from the contents of your thorax, your chest. Now, when you breathe, that muscle moves, and it will have an effect on the pelvic floor, and this is how it works. When you inhale, that dome-shaped muscle actually moves down. Now, as it moves down, it creates some pressure in your abdomen. So things have to move. Now what happens? Generally, your belly will expand. Now, in addition to your belly expanding, well, your pelvic floor is going to shift down. So they work together. As you inhale, it shifts down, and as you exhale, they recoil back to their normal state, their original state. So what I'd like you to try today, your tip, is to sit on an exercise ball, if you have one, or a very soft surface. Sit so that your pelvic floor is, you can feel it on the surface. And I'm going to ask you to quiet down. I'm going to ask you to do what would be like meditation and quiet breathing. I'm going to ask you to be a student of your body. I'm going to get you to pay attention and to take the time to notice the very, very, very subtle movements that happen with breath. Don't worry if you don't get it at first. Chances are you won't. It takes time. If you've been meditating for a while, if you've been a student of your body, you'll probably clue in pretty quick. This might take quite a bit of practice, so we'll talk about it again over the days to come. So you sit quietly on the ball, and you begin to breathe, and you notice, and you just imagine, even if you don't notice it, just know this is what happens. So I'm keep it here. This is what happens. Okay? It's not that big. It's like microscopic. It's barely detectable. But I want you to feel that. And that's an important movement for a healthy pelvic floor. I'll see you tomorrow.